Meteorologist Tevin Wooten here, giving you a quick 11 p.m. update on Hurricane Irma right now. This storm 750 miles wide, but first let's show you what Irma has done so far. Some flooding in Key Biscayne area. You can see in this neighborhood, I can tell you some cars are not going to be going through this anytime soon. Hopefully it did not reach the lower level of those homes there. Coconut Grove also, this is going to be a familiar sight here in Tallahassee for us. Trees down right over this power line, and that's going to be the theme here in North Florida. We've got about 90% of our power lines covered by trees, especially a lot of canopy oaks that are native to this area, and that's going to cause power outages for quite some time. We'll show you a forecast of what we're expecting in just a second. But first, look at this. Irma 750 miles wide, stretching from Atlanta, Georgia, all the way down to, yes, still some rainfall in parts of Cuba. But right now, that eye wall is actually over land in central Florida. Currently, Category 2 storm. The storm is 250 miles southeast of Tallahassee, moving north at 12 miles an hour. Winds are right now at 100 miles an hour with some gusts up to 121 miles an hour. So we will certainly continue watching this. Here is the forecasted path for Irma, becoming a Category 1 storm and then eventually a tropical storm. Hopefully we can reach tropical storm status here in Tallahassee so we don't have those winds that are Category 1 or 2 or higher. But then we see Irma becomes a remnant low in the Tennessee Valley by Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning, with winds dying down to about 30 miles an hour. Not the case right now, where we still have a decent circulation out of Irma in South Florida, east of Sarasota, between Sarasota and Vero Beach, northeast of Fort Myers. It is sort of collapsing or downgrading core, in fact, but we still see that circulation holding strong, and we also see some rainfall, some light showers to heavy at times moving into Tallahassee. In fact, this darker orange right here that's east of Tallahassee and east of Leon County will certainly start to move into the region tonight. So 11 o'clock tonight, right now to midnight, you might start to hear some rumbles of thunder and then occasional heavy downpours, but that's going to continue progressing as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. Current wind speeds right now, 18 miles an hour for Tallahassee. St. Mark's at about 11 miles an hour. We see Perry is at 23 miles an hour, but look at these gusts. Tallahassee, a gust at 30 miles an hour. West Palm Beach, 64-mile-an-hour gusts, but we know Irma is still packing a punch as it moves up the Florida coastline. Here's a look at what we're expecting for forecasted power outages. Most of Florida will be without power, so this is just a forecast. This is something that the University of Michigan has drawn up with other universities to sort of give us a general idea of what to expect. So in general, expect about 40 to 50% or greater portions of Leon County, this dot right here, to be without power, especially over the next about 12 to 18 hours. We can give those utility crews some time to get in here and restore power. But as we see here, as Irma becomes a remnant low, those the population that is affected by Irma, at least power-wise, starts to die down. So that's good news if you're north of the Big Bend. So we could see some possible Category 1 wind impacts from Irma as it moves to the North Florida area. So we might expect some winds to be about 74 to 95 miles an hour. So if you're out tonight, you probably want to get indoors as quick as possible. We know there are some curfews in effect. Hopefully we can get this thing down to tropical storm status, where winds are about 73 miles an hour or a little bit less. We are expecting winds to be probably around 50 to 60 miles an hour at sometimes constantly, but then with occasional gusts, maybe up to 80 miles an hour. The impacts beginning tonight, actually right now, rain already on the radar. The wind speeds are starting to pick up. There is a countywide curfew in effect until 7 a.m. This is not just for today. It's actually in effect tomorrow, starting at 9 p.m. into Tuesday morning, again at 7 a.m. And as I mentioned, the power outages are ongoing. So stay with us on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube Live. We've got you guys covered so we can get everyone through this thing together.